Welcome to Court TV on Crestview Community TV. I'm Ryan Hardy, your Crestview Community TV legal analyst, and today you're watching Docket Day. Now, Docket Day, last year and in previous years, it was the biggest court date. Now we've added a court date with pretrial conference happening the week before Docket Day, so Docket Day has shrunk down and gotten somewhat smaller. However, you're still going to see defendants who maybe have been in court for the first time, maybe their appearance was waived at pretrial conference, which we spoke about in that video. But when someone's called to the podium, you're going to see, again, one of a few things can happen. They can enter a plea. At that point, the case will be over, and they'll get sentenced either today, live on Crestview Community TV, or they'll get sentenced in a sentencing hearing down the road on one of those miscellaneous dates that we'll talk about in another video. They could also ask to continue the case. At that point, it would get set to another cycle 6 weeks down the road. The last thing they could do is they could announce ready for trial. And that means, hey, we're ready, when we're going to send this case to a court date called jury review. And then from that point, the case will get sent to a jury trial. And I know that's what we all really, really love to see. Those obviously are rare. They don't happen a lot. But we all get excited when we hear that, ready for trial.
He's too close.
We'll begin with Price Williams.
Good morning, Your Honor. Spiro Kyprios and Casey Etheridge for the defendant.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Timothy Price Williams, Alvin Myers for sake. Judge, we have 22 CF 3158 and 22 CF 3204.
Your Honor, we're requesting a continuance again. We're still receiving discovery, and I just briefly chatted with the prosecutor, and I think the game plan is we hope to be able to start the depositions in January. I think we're all kind of getting to that level where we're ready for it.
Agreed.
Okay. Do you anticipate being able to, I know there's always, depending on what you get during the deposition, but do you anticipate being able to finish with the depositions in the early part of next year?
No, sir. And I don't mean to take up your time, but to briefly.
I asked the question.
But to briefly give you a little detail on it is, essentially this case involved a homicide that occurred where the police were engaged in a call out on a domestic violence case.
Right.
We've received a lot of body cams that we've been going through and editing to cover with the officers, and we expect the depositions to be rather lengthy because we're going to have to get involved in the what happened, in terms of why were certain decisions made, not made.
So are those scheduled yet? You anticipate them being in January, you said?
That's what we plan on doing, and the prosecutor and I are going to meet and talk about that as soon as we're out of court.
Judge, we just sent some more body cams yesterday, so I think the defense wants
to make sure that they've received everything before they actually start setting depositions. So we want to make sure we have that finalized first.
Because what we don't want to happen is bring officers in, then discovers new evidence, then bring them back in again, and and in fairness to the state, there's a lot for them to collect and provide. I mean, we're not complaining, we're just stating that's the situation.
I'm not saying, I'm just trying to.
No, yes, sir.
Obviously, you all are working it, and that's all I can, believe me, I know this is a complicated case. It's a very high priority case in probably both of your offices, and I understand that. We're just trying to make sure we've got a tentative plan, and we're moving it forward, so.
Right. And of course, another layer of is, because it is a death penalty case, and we don't know what the jury's going to do, we got that layer on top of all of that. And of course, the prosecutor doesn't see that work on our part because it's a whole different track.
Sure. So, well, good. Well, we'll continue it, and again, even though I know we're not going to be ready in 2 months, I do appreciate you coming back and giving me an update and trying to get the details so that I can track and
Yes, sir.
keep it on track as well.
Our pleasure.
Okay. Very good. Anything else? So we will continue until. So the next is December 13th.
For this birthday.
December 13th. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Dudley?
This is Mrs. Johnson, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Dudley.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Angela Johnson in 23 CF 1991 and 2015 CF 2330. We're asking for continuance. It's the first time up on pretrial. We are still waiting on some additional discovery. We've sent it to the state what we were missing, and they're working on getting that to us.
Very good. State?
That's correct, Judge.
Very good. We'll continue this until 12/13.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Damian Beltran. Damian Beltran.
This is Damian Beltran in 22 CF 2552 and 22 CF 3063. And we're asking for continuance. We currently have deposition set on November 20th.
November 20th depositions?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, we'll come back on 12/13. We'll continue until then, hopefully. Is that all, when you say the depositions, do you anticipate that being, depending what comes up in them, but?
I anticipate filing motions after that.
Right, but those will be kind of, your depositions will be completed at that point?
If everybody shows up, Your Honor.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always that caveat.
Yes, sir.
I understand that. Okay, very good. We'll continue to 12/13.
And just so the court knows, this is a multi-agency drug task force case, so there are a lot of officers, so it is possible that some of them will be unavailable, or at training we may need to reschedule, but I will try to figure that out as far in advance as we can.
Yeah, so that, if there's some we know, and we've got a couple months, maybe we can get them scheduled somewhere else nearby,
Yes, sir.
so that we don't just have to stack on top. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Ricardo Fountain.
This is Ricardo Fountain in 23 CF 1226 and 2018 CF 3356. Your Honor, we're asking for continuance on this one. I'm working on getting transcripts from the depositions, and I sent a witness in reciprocal discovery as well.
State?
That's correct, Judge. We're looking for a continuance here. Is that correct, Ms. Dudley?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Yes, that's correct.
Very good. We'll continue until 12/13.
Yes, sir.
Prince
This is Kevon Prince Robinson in 23 CF 260 and 20 CF 2602. And whereas for continuance, we currently have depot set for October 20th.
October 20th. State?
That's correct, Your Honor. No objection to continuance.
Very good. We'll come back on 12/13.
Yes, sir.
Is Nasir not in the building, or is he, like, he is kind of close to Number 16, I'm sorry, number 17.
And this is Christian Seymour in 22 CF 1257, 22 CF 1312, and 22 CF 1366. If we could leave them set for docket day for P or C, we are in negotiations to see if we can get it worked out. If not, we will continue. We do have depot set in November.
Without objection.
Okay. So we'll come back on, let's see, we'll come back on October 16th.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, Nasir Wright would be Mrs. W's juvenile client. He was not transported this morning.
Who is that? I'm sorry.
It's number 17 on the inmate list, but Nasir Wright, W-R-I-G,
Right.
was not transported. I don't know if she can handle it without him, or needs to wait until this afternoon, but he won't be transported until the bus goes back and comes back.
He said he wanted to be present.
He said one.
He does.
He has right to be
I do have
present.
some, do you know what, I have stuff scheduled, so do you know what time?
They didn't know.
Why was he transported?
They didn't have the room. They didn't have the room to transport juveniles and adults together.
Are they gonna be able to bring them? Are they gonna be able to bring them on the afternoon bus if they still have adults?
I'm sorry.
Are they gonna be able to bring them this
That's
afternoon?
what he said. That's what the translator just told me. They're gonna have to take the bus back there, drop people off, and he will be with the next group that comes. We have over 100 citizens.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
sorry.
No, I figured it out. It's fine. That's all.
Okay, so
That's all I have this morning.
So we'll come back this afternoon on
Yes, sir.
this? Okay. Sorry, we got that messed up. Okay, and that's all you got. Ms. Merrifield,
Speaking with their client.
okay? Mr. Cotton?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I believe I have one case on your docket, and that's going to be Joseph Kinsworthy.
Correct?
They're bringing him out.
JJ, we're ready for Joseph Kinsworthy.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Byron Cotton here with Joseph Kinsworthy, case numbers 22 CF 907, 22 CF 779. We made, one of those may be a 23. I may have had my...
I don't have 907. I've got 23 CF 1652. Is it?
That's it, Judge. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Not
Mr. Jones.
907?
No, sir.
Okay.
1652, Judge?
1652, 23 CF 1652.
Is that the
That's
only one you
tampering.
have?
That's the tampering, and then the 22 CF 779.
That's correct, Judge. Judge, on those cases here today, after meeting with the state attorney on this file, I believe we're going to be able to bring this in for a landing, so we can just set this on whatever your next court date would be.
Does it come in back on docket day?
Perfect.
Okay, so we'll come back next, Monday, 16th, 10/16.
Your Honor, that's all I have on your docket.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, that's all I have. May I be excused? Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Arrowood? Mr. Arrowood?
Just pass by a moment, I need to verify and declare something with my client.
Very good. Ms. Graham?
If you go stand in line at the attorney-client room and let them know who you need to speak with, okay? And then I guess that's much.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Tricia Graham on behalf of Jennifer Hall, who's in custody.
Hold
Case.
on just a second.
Sure.
Thank you. You can plead now.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Hall, in case 23 CF 1218, Judge, we just received discovery on Monday after I filed a second demand for discovery. I spoke to the state. There's no objection to continue it. However, I would like that to be charged to the state.
State?
Your Honor, I think this case got transferred to me from another prosecutor, just so the court knows, and then I think that there was conflict, and that's why Ms. Graham has this case, so there was some, I guess, confusion over who to send the discovery to, but we did get it to her. It did come late, though, I can't contest that, so at the court's discretion on who the continuance is charged to.
We'll have a continuance on for the state. Okay, so we'll come back on 12/13.
We have to number 23, Mr. Affleck up here. So we can do two, Shaw and Flowers and Mr. Durrell.
And Your Honor, I do have another matter.
You do. Hold on. TJ, we've got, Ms. Graham also has a County Pride.
Your Honor, that's also going to be a juvenile.
That's a juvenile also?
He's actually out of custody now.
He's
He
out.
was, yeah.
Okay.
He did
Let's
want
go
that, I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Is he here?
He is.
Judge, I represent Mr. Pride, Robert Dees, on behalf of Mr. Pride, and a companion case 22-242.
Okay.
And I have 23 CF 326.
Hold on a second. Or keep up there. Okay. Give me the case numbers, so hold on. Give me the other case numbers.
22-242, CF.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And as to 23 CF 326, depositions have been taken and they're in the process. There was a few no-shows and some more evidence to be provided through discovery. We ask that this matter be continued as well to facilitate that.
Counsel, how work?
My case is kind of been in the trafficking case. The state did make an amended offer yesterday in Mr. Pride's case. I think a little more time in 22-242 may see a resolution if we could just travel along with that case. We may actually fall off.
Okay. So we'll continue this to 12/11, the 11th of December, out of custody. State okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You said the 11th, right, Judge?
December 11th,
Thank
right.
you.
And Judge, that concludes my cases. May be excused.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Mr. Durrell.
JJ, we're ready for 10 and 11.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
May it please the court, Dustin Durrell. Your Honor, my first client is Mr. Tevin Bellinger. And Your Honor, while we're waiting on Mr. Bellinger, I'll just let the court know I've asked my assistant to get some deposition dates. I don't know if we've had the dates returned from the state attorney's office, but we do need to schedule depositions in this matter.
Where are we at with the depositions for the state?
Your Honor, I do need to provide some more dates to my assistants to give to them, and the reason is we're looking at January dates, but we just got an updated court calendar, so I was having to look at all that kind of stuff to get them dates, but I will do that as soon as I am not in court today.
Okay. The second case obviously is a much more recent case, so
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know that much that can be much can be
Your Honor,
done.
the 22 CF case is a VOP that's based on the 23 CF.
Yes, Your Honor.
I assume. Okay, so we'll continue this until 12/13, please. You know, let's get these things, get some depositions scheduled out.
Dates for
Yes, sir.
the deposition.
You're scheduling in January?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Can't you add a few hours to the day?
I wish I could make that happen, Judge. That would be great.
That's
I'm
not
willing to
good.
be here at 7 if y'all are.
So,
You guys need to look at what you're doing with your staffing. I mean, I can't force you to do something that you don't have hours in the day, but,
I understand.
you know, we're here in, the beginning of October, and that's just a couple months away. Okay. Great, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And it'll be 12:13, but I'll talk to you before that.
Yeah, 12:13.
Dennis Gomez Machado.
And next, Your Honor, is Mr. Gomez Machado, 23 CF 1833 and 1834. Your Honor, I'm still awaiting discovery in this matter. I know the alleged victim in the Agbat case has, she's told me she's filed a drop charge request. I spoke with Mr. Losco, and I don't believe that's in his office, so I'm going to need to contact the alleged victim again and see what's happened, or if Mr.
Judge, I do see first, I didn't see that the entry appearance was filed, so I do need to send you discovery. That will be done today.
Thank you.
Discovery is already completed in my file. I just need address sent to you. I pulled it, so I'll send it to you. I do see the drop charges form. I need to speak with the victim, but at this time, the state would be willing to stipulate to a $6,000 cash or professional bond. My only problem is that he has an ice hold, so I don't think there's anything we can do about that.
Yeah, okay.
All right, well, I guess would we be able to just leave him set to see if we can figure out what's going on?
Well, we just come back on docket day on.
Is that okay?
That's lovely. That's perfect.
10/16.
Thank you, Your
Trying
Honor.
to figure out where we're going with it. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And I believe that's all I have, if I may be excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Shaw? No, I don't have any on my for two.
Right.
Well, let's see if it is right. We're bringing in Mr. Shaw first.
Tim Shaw for
The
covering
attorney.
for Mike Flowers.
Is this Flowers?
This
Okay,
is-
hold on a second. Let me pull that up. My doc is based on the attorney. That's why. Okay, got it.
Again, Tim Shaw for covering for Mike Flowers on Timothy John Attaway. That's 22 CF 2171. It's my understanding that there was one witness that didn't get served, so I assume we're going to be in January to finish that one. And we're currently waiting on a mental health psyche valve that's been requested. So,
When do you anticipate the psyche valve being?
Judge, I believe that probably be January, I'd imagine, Judge.
Well, let's just come back on 12/13 and we'll get an update on where we're at on both the depositions and the thing.
No problem, Judge. Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, Susan Cole is also on Mr. Shaw's docket. She refused to come today.
And Judge, we've met with her several times recently. That's a case, type of case it is. It's going to be a request for a continuance. We have some more depositions to do on that case.
It's my understanding depositions are scheduled, but the state has no objection to it.
How is the discovery going in general? I mean, obviously it's a complex case and.
Judge, it's complex.
We're moving into a year, just kind of trying to.
It's been fairly, we haven't had any problems with the state providing discovery, Judge, if that's kind of what the question is.
Have you had some depositions? You just need more?
Yeah, and Judge, we have to have some more. We, obviously, as the court may recall, we had the pretrial detention hearing and all that, and that wasn't that long ago.
Right.
Because I think the court may recall she was out on bond and then the state filed, so we came back after there was an indictment that came down.
Okay. So we'll come back on 12/13. Hopefully by that time we'll have a little better idea of kind of where we're at with as far as depositions scheduled. Is that reasonable?
That is, Judge.
Okay, very good. Okay.
So, Mr. Steve, he's not upstairs yet, because he's waiting.
Want to do yours?
Judge, the only other one I had was covering for Jay Patel.
Okay.
And that was Jerish Stevens.
He's not upstairs yet.
Okay.
The only thing we need to do on Mr. Stevens, Judge, is there's an outstanding motion to exclude some witnesses that was filed. As I understand it, the next miscellaneous day the court had was November 21st, but it may be full. I'm not sure. If we could put it on that date for that hearing, that'd be
The way
great.
we're doing a new procedure, just to make sure we can maximize, make sure we get in this, because we're actually trying to look for additional dates.
Okay.
That's it, to be determined, contact Ms. Eileen, and she'll get it in the afternoon. The afternoon, we're setting the afternoon dockets, just to make sure. We're having trouble with different people setting them, and we're getting too many in the afternoon, and we now can be a little more precise with Eileen getting in the middle of it.
That's fine.
And get them as done as quickly as possible. These are important motions, we know.
And Judge, I think, and I can come back up or wait, I got to go down to Judge Mason, but if you want me to come back up on this, but it's going to be a continued.
It's your client. She has the right to be here. If you want her to be here,
He does, yeah. I'll just come back up. Wendy, do you have any
Yeah,
ideas?
so once Brandy goes, I think maybe we should take a small recess, try to bring some of the inmates downstairs and bring some more up.
Okay. So maybe 15 minutes?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'll be back in a few minutes, Judge.
Thank you. Stay around. Is that your only case?
No, Judge, I have a few in front of you today.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Lisa Merrifield came back.
Okay. Ms. Merrifield?
Please silence your electronic devices.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Ms. Merrifield.
Give me just a moment so that I can have Ms. Bear sign. And Judge, both of these cases will be under my partner, Mr. Flaherty. I know it's difficult.
I just have one under Mr. Flaherty.
So there was one case, Judge, that may have been continued.
What?
So we had James Urquhart. He was not transported in 23 CF 1734.
Right. I've got that one.
We had filed an unopposed motion and proposed order. The order was stuck when the e-portal was down, Judge. The state had agreed to the continuance. I did bring a hard copy of the order today, but because of the big docket, I did not transport Mr. Urquhart.
That's fine, but I know we've had trouble, and I was pretty lenient with all the continuance. Motion for continuance is not a continuance.
Understand, Judge.
Okay, and I look at them, and if you guys give me some information, we got date schedule here, but it's like just, and we're trying to track these so we can figure out where they're going, so.
And we did put in the motion, Judge. We've got depositions scheduled for December the 8th.
Okay. So has that one been, we signed a bunch before I left, but you didn't get them in. I was out the last couple of days.
Yes, sir. May I approach with that order?
Yeah. Thank you. But for the time being, we're gonna be doing hard copy orders.
Understand. Thank you, Judge.
A little bit.
And I have before you.
Nobody's happy about it.
I understand. It makes it a bit more difficult. And Judge, before you today is Miss Allison Riddle Bear in 23 CF 1566. We've reached an agreement, if I may approach.
I do not have her on my document.
Miss Bear she's number 37 on the transport list, and Judge, she may be under my name.
She is, Your Honor. I have her as number 39.
That's the problem. There you go. Hold on.
I have her on page 19 of the docket. She's
Okay.
number 39 on mine.
Hold on. Thank you. There you go. Thank you.
May I approach, Judge?
Threw me for a loop here.
This
Thank
one
you.
she's right back. And just so the court is aware, I did read the entirety of the agreement to Ms. Bear, so she has had the benefit. She wasn't able to personally read it, but I did read it to her. She is before the court today to withdraw her previously entered not guilty plea and enter a no contest plea as charged, as outlined in the agreement. Count 1 is 6 months Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served. She would have 24 months of drug offender probation upon her release. followed by 12 months of standard probation. There's $515 in court cost and a $5,000 fine. She's to complete 75 hours of community service work, which may be bought out at the statutory rate. There is a driver's license suspension for 10 years. She is to maintain gainful employment, complete the multi-offender DUI school. She'll have a 2-year ignition interlock, a 90-day vehicle impound, and no drugs without a prescription, no alcohol. She'll be outfitted with a scram monitor for the first 90 days upon her release from jail and required to attend 2 AA or NA meetings per month. As to count 2, it would be 60 days Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served. The court has no objection to a hardship driver's license if otherwise eligible. And she is to be adjudicated, Judge.
You state on, just a point of clarification, you on the agreement, it says that the state stipulates that the county jail sentence has been served. Is
That's correct, Judge.
Clarification, both counts, because it's under the count 2. I want to make sure that also applies to count 1.
That is the agreement, Judge.
That's
Okay.
the agreement, yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure and put it on the record so that everyone's clear.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Bear, would you raise your right hand, please? You swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
And the state is in agreement.
Yes, Your Honor. This is a state's agreement.
So, Ms. Bear, you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement,
Yes, sir.
and I see that you have signed the written plea agreement that contains those terms.
Yes, sir.
Now, you said your attorney stated that she read this to you. So have you read this, or she just read it to you? I just want to make sure you completely understand this and that you've had all your questions answered. That's where I'm.
Yes, sir. She answered all my questions.
Okay. So you understand that this is a final resolution of this case?
Yes.
And that you're waiving some valuable legal rights, the right to go to a trial and to contest the state and all that?
Yes, sir.
In order to resolve this. You believe this is in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have had all your legal questions answered regarding this?
Yes.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea, and the court will sentence you to the 6 months. There's already been a stipulation on both counts, 6 months in the county jail, and that time you'll get credit for all time served, and the state has agreed, and as well as you, obviously, that you've already served that amount of time. So, importantly, there's a number of other things in here. So, you've got the 24-month drug offender probation followed by 12 months. That's 36 months. A lot of other things in here. DUI school, AA meetings. You understand all these requirements that are in here?
Yes,
the
sir.
reason why I do that, I want you to be successful, but you got to know going in, this has got to be number 1 on your priority list every day. And not to be cute about it, but this is not an easy set of things to do. And if you violate them, you'll be back in an orange guard.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trying to I want you to be clear about it so you take it seriously and you get up every morning. Your new best friend has got to be your probation officer.
I already know where I'm going to be attending the AA meetings.
Okay. This is important. You need to develop, be in good contact with your probation officer so that you got questions. They got questions. They know where to reach you. Okay? We want you to be successful. I know it doesn't always seem like we do, but we do. Okay? But you got to take this serious. Okay? So based upon that, the court will accept this plea agreement and sentence you to the county jail time, which you've already served, credit for time served, followed by the 24 months drug offender probation, followed by 12 months standard probation. You got fees and costs, community service hours, driver's license suspension, a number of other things. The DUI school, the ignition interlock, that wouldn't be applicable because driver's license suspended for 10 years. So anyway, it's in there. It doesn't matter.
Your Honor, she will have to do ignition interlock. The DMV will make her do 2 years of ignition interlock.
After she gets her license.
It is a
She will
requirement.
have to.
Oh, very good.
Is there a victim impact panel, and is this multi-level DUI school?
It is multi-offender DUI school, yes, ma'am.
To clarify on the cost, it's not $515, it's $638, and there's also a surcharge at $250.
Can you add that, can you put that on here, Ms. Merrifield? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
$638, and the $5,000 bond is a 5% surcharge, that's the $250.
Ms. Merrifield, you're okay with the score sheet?
I am, Judge.
And Judge, given the increase in fines and cost, would the court allow the cost of supervision to be waived for Ms. Bear?
Yes. Very good.
Right this way, man. Yeah. 30 days to appeal.
Yes, and you do have 30 days to appeal this.
I believe that was all on both of my lists,
Thank you.
Judge.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
We're going to take a short recess.
You want to do a recess?
Just a short one, yes, sir.
Okay. We'll do a short recess to give you folks opportunity to move some of the inmates around. So we'll just, all right.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
What can I help you with?
I think I was bit by a vampire.
This is definitely concerning, but I don't have any experience with vampire bites. I do, however, have training in accident investigation from the Florida Highway Patrol, and I'm proud to say that I've received many awards that... Hey, you feeling okay, buddy?
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
The Cottage Formalware, located at 648 North Wilson Street, has all your needs for looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formalware. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires.
Go ahead. Your Honor, if I can call Cody Frazier, Your Honor. This is Mr. Frazier. He's not going to be on the docket for today, Your Honor. Okay. He had court on Monday in front of Judge Schlechter. There was a capias issue for him. He called my office essentially that afternoon, and then the next day trying to figure out what happened. Apologized profusely. I explained to him if we came in today, the court might be willing to consider recalling the capias. I did discuss that with the state. The state would have no objection to recalling that capias.
State. Without objection, Judge.
I will give that to you as soon as I can.
Okay, what's his first name?
Cody, C-O-D-Y. Frazier, F-A-R-Z-I-E-R.
Thank you, Judge.
We have a large docket, and I know it's. 23-19-35. It's important that we address it.
Yes, sir.
So where are we at with this case?
It was the first time on the docket for Mr. Frazier. My intent was to continue the case. There is a supervision offer that he and I have been discussing. I just need a little bit more time to speak with him about that.
Okay, very good. So we'll continue this until the next pretrial on 12/11.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. 12/11 and 9 a.m.
Your Honor, my last out of custody I've got is going to be Donnell Hall.
Hall?
Hall, H-A-L-L. Case number is 23 CF1269.
Got it.
Your Honor, we left her today for the state and I to work out the plea agreement, which we were able to work out. May I approach?
You may.
It'll be to a lesser included misdemeanor offense, so there'll be no score sheet on this, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Would you announce the plea?
Agreed, Your Honor. I apologize for my handwriting. Unfortunately, I forgot to keep sharpness. Ms. Hall will be entering a plea no contest to lesser included offense of battery. It's going to be withhold of adjudication. It should be placed on 11 months and 29 days of probation. We're going to ask the court to waive the cost of supervision. Standard court cost, PD fee, required to do the anger management course, 50 hours of community service work. Ms. Hall has asked the court to allow her to buy that out at the standard rate. No contact with Mr. Darrell Hall and Ms. Deborah Hall. A letter of apology to Mr. Darrell Hall, and then restitution in the amount of $1,036 to Mr. Darrell Hall.
Okay. Let me, I know you hand wrote something, so you've got, so the two people, give me the names of the two people that are in no contact.
Yes, Your Honor. It is going to be Mr. Darrell Lynn Hall.
So that's one person. That was supposed to be and Deborah Hall.
And Deborah Hall, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And the restitution is
$1,036.
$1,036. Okay, and that is to Darrell Hall.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what's the last handwriting you put in there that I can't read?
Buyout community service work at standard rate.
Very good. Ma'am, would you raise your right hand? You swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
The state in agreement?
That's correct, Judge.
So, Ms. Hall, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I see those same terms are written in the written plea agreement that you have signed. So my first question is, did you read this closely?
Yes, sir.
And did you go over it in detail with your attorney, make sure you had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up some valuable legal rights. Just want to make sure you're doing it knowingly and willingly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're waiving the right to go to a trial to contest all this. You're basically agreeing to the terms here, and this will be a final resolution of your case. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you have had all of your legal questions answered by your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And you believe this is in your best interest to enter into this?
Yes, sir.
Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement. There will be a withhold of adjudication, 11 months, 29 days probation. Got the cost of supervision, we'll waive the cost of supervision and the fees that are contained in the plea agreement. Of course, you got the anger management course, community service work. One thing I do want to reiterate, and I say this to everybody so that we understand it, this no contact with these two individuals are one-sided contact. So if they walk up to you in public, you're in violation.
Yes,
so I
sir.
say that to make it real clear. You've got to be the one who stays away.
Yes, sir.
Even if they reach out and call you on the phone, you pick it up and talk to them, say, don't call me, who's in violation?
Me.
Okay. I just want to do it because I don't want you to violate.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you need to be clear that everyone else gets real uptight about these no contacts.
It ain't a problem.
Counsel?
Judge, I just want to put on the record that I complied with Mercer's law. I've spoken with the victims, and they are in agreement with this plea.
Okay, very good. Okay, any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Thanks, ma'am. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Do you want 967 or 622?
Misdemeanor costs.
622.
Okay, 622.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Shaw, on behalf of Mr. Patel, representing Jared Stevens.
Good morning, Judge. Again, Tim Shaw.
Let me get there. Got it? Go ahead.
For Jared Stevens, 21 CF 3196. This is one, Judge, we were discussing.
Correct.
About setting a motion to exclude witnesses. That motion's already been filed. I understand the court's procedure is that we need to get with the JA and take care of it.
And we'll get it done as quickly as possible.
Exactly.
How long, and just make sure you let Ms. Eileen know what the amount of time you need. Make sure.
I wouldn't take more than 30 minutes for that.
I was anticipating about half an hour.
Okay. Very good. So
Thank you,
we'll
Judge.
continue this until the next cycle, 12/13.
Thank you, Judge.
9 a.m. And we'll get that other thing scheduled up as soon as we can.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks.
JJ, ready for 24 or 27? Thanks.
Mr.
Actually, we've got, he's ready to go. Mr. Howell's not ready to go.
Okay, come on, Mr. Keach. Hold on just a second, let me get to yours.
Should start at Banks, Your Honor.
Very good, Banks.
Judge, as Mr. Banks is approaching, this is 22 CF 2776. May the state and I approach on this matter real quick? Okay.
No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaceTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Bad Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
In the court, further conversation will continue the case. The next pre-trial.
James Carney.
Judge, this is James Carnley. We have completed most of the depositions about 2 weeks ago. I've been in discussions with the state about a potential resolution. I need to check one last thing.
Will we come back on docket day, a possible resolution?
I don't think we'll have it ready in time because I know the state's going to have to run something up the ladder. So if we could put it on the December 13th, and that we can mark that as this is the last continuance. And if we need to, resolve it with the trial after that, we will.
Very good. So we'll continue this till 12:13. The court will note. Ask the clerk to note in minutes this will be the last continuance.
Attorney Flores.
Judge, this is Curran Flores, 22 CF 1539 and 22 CF 1562. We have a final deposition of a witness that unfortunately we had to move out past the cycle to November 6th. That's all I have left other than motion practice before we proceed to trial if that's necessary. I'm going to ask to continue it to December 13th so I can complete the deposition, and then we'll proceed to trial if necessary.
So would this be the last continuance?
Yes, sir. Assuming the witness shows up, yes.
There's always exigent circumstances always.
Mr. Kieran Flores, that's this case?
Yes.
Yes, Judge, my understanding is that this will be our last continuance. We've made contact with a key witness. I believe she is the last one to be deposed, and after that, we're ready for trial, I believe.
Okay. And you got another case?
Yes, sure. I have two cases with Mr. Flores, 22 CF 2481.
Hold on a second.
Yes, sure.
Got it? Go ahead. Would you announce those again?
Yes, Your Honor. It's 22 CF 2481 and 22 CF 2485. The state and I have done some depositions on my cases. I think we've got pretty much a resolution lined up for my cases. I wouldn't say let's continue with mine. My anticipation is whatever we end up with Mr. Keach's cases, my cases will be wrapped up in that plea too.
Okay.
May we approach?
Sure.
You need me to approach also?
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office.
Okay. Very good. Anything else on these cases?
No, sir.
Anything?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Very good. And we'll continue this till 12:13. We'll continue to order.
Philip Lee.
Judge, this is Philip Lee coming before the court. He actually has a companion case up in Crestview with Ms. Basso that is scheduled to be on a docket on October 30th and then set for trial after that October 30th date. I'm asking to continue this case to beyond that so we can put it on the December 13th. I believe the case with Ms. Basso and I probably will have some determined outcome in this case as well.
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Keach and I, on my case at the north end, are looking towards possible trial that time or resolution. So I don't believe
If there's a resolution on that case, it'll wrap this one up.
it will certainly have an effect on this case, would be our anticipation.
It certainly will have an effect on it.
Your Honor,
we may be in a position to do a joint offer at that point, if something.
The only thing I'm just asking, normally we don't run cases north and south. Do they need to be brought together? Or it wouldn't come down here to go up there, but.
Yeah, they're not related. So we will just leave them where they are, since that's what the purposes are.
I'm assuming if we reached a plea resolution, we could
Yes.
have Don Terry accept this.
Or down here. I mean, we take a plea, I'm pretty sure Judge Montero would okay me accepting plea, and I would certainly accept him doing the same up in the north, and that's not an issue.
We appreciate it.
Okay, very good. So we'll continue this till 12/13, okay?
Judge, I do have one other case that was, at the time of last pretrial, she was an inmate. She's now out of custody. Ms. Knox, also known as Ms. Reed, is coming before the court. In the case numbers, just for the court's reference, is 22 CF 1305 and then 22 CF 1353. Judge, other than waiting on some transcripts.
I didn't have one. What was the second case?
1353. It's under Reed, R-E-I-D.
Gotcha. Got it.
Correct. I have filed, this is a JAC case, so I had to file a motion for transcripts. That was filed, I think, this morning, actually, and I've notified the court reporter. I don't know if we'll have those transcripts for the trial cycle this month, but I can inquire of Ms. Payne as what. So if we want to leave it set for docket day on Monday, I'm here anyway.
Okay.
And we can go from there. I know this is Mr. Rogers' case.
Correct. Yes, state's ready to go, so if we end up going to trial, we'll be in a position to do that. So,
okay. So we'll come back on docket day 10/6.
10/16?
10/16. Thank you. And that's for later trial.
Correct. It may be a continuance if we don't get the transcripts in
Well,
time.
obviously I can't if you go get it.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Correct these names if the state would like to file an information in either one with what her name is.
Bring these together because we keep tracking them on different names.
understood. Knox. We'll file an amended information with Knox.
Whatever name you want to use, that's fine. Sure. No, they can't just do it on their own.
I believe that's the case that would be tried anyway, the ones under Reed, so the new information we should, on the 1353 case would show as Knox.
Sure.
Okay. We'll come back on 10/16 this Monday, 9 a.m.
Your Honor, Mr. Arrowwood came also.
That's all I have, maybe excuse me.
I have Jason Bell there.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Arrowwood.
I have Jason Bell. Approaching.
Correct.
I just need him to sign real quick, Judge. This is where we had to go over some changes.
Okay.
Judge, may I approach? Myself, my client, and the state have signed the plea agreements.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
On the defense. Okay. We have 2 plea agreements.
Yes, sir.
There's 2 cases.
Okay. So.
Judge, on for Jeff Arrowwood representing Jason Bell, 2023 CF 376. Judge, my client's going to withdraw his previously tendered plea of not guilty and a plea of no contest. The negotiated agreement on count 1 and count 2, the negotiated agreement with the state is adjudication of guilt, 1 year community control, followed by 3 years regular probation, no contact with KO or IAH or juveniles, not to be within 500 feet of them or their residence, 967 court calls, substance abuse evaluation and any treatment needed, anger management course, mental health evaluation and any treatment if needed, no firearms, alcohol, or drugs unless prescribed, random UA at least once monthly, credit for all time served, and either must gain employment or show proof of disability. He's currently on disability. You want me to announce the second one, or do you want to take care of that one first?
No, what is, go ahead, and we'll do both of them together. So announce the companion case.
Okay. Jeff Arrowwood representing Jason Belk again, 2023 CF 1718. Judge, on count 1, he's going to receive 1 year community control followed by 3 years of regular probation, and is concurrent with the prior case, 2023 CF 376. On count 2, he's to receive 1129 probation, is concurrent with count 1 and with case 2023 CF 376. He's to receive 616 court cost, $500 fine, 50 hours community service work, 6 months driver's license suspension, victim impact panel, DUI school, 10-day vehicle impoundment, no firearms, alcohol, or drugs unless prescribed, or an MUA at least once a month, and credit for all time served on both counts. Needs to be adjudicated guilty on this case as well. Both cases are running.
He's getting credit for time served, but he's not being sentenced to any incarcerated.
No, sir, he's not.
Okay.
And Your Honor, the state did speak with the parents and guardians of both of the victims listed in the aggravated assault case. Everyone was in agreement that given the small amount of prison that he scored compared to the years of probation that are being offered here, that they preferred for him to be on supervision for a longer period of time, and they preferred for him to get the mental health and substance abuse treatment that Mr. Irwin, I think, correctly suggested that he does need. So, Your Honor, this is the state's agreement with victim consent.
Okay. Mr. Belk, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
So I need to ask you some questions, and the purpose of these questions are twofold. One, to make sure you understand what you're agreeing to. And secondly, make sure it's being done freely and voluntarily. If you got any questions concerning any of that, let me know.
No, sir.
I'm going to go through this and ask you this because...
No, I understand.
You heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreements on these two cases. We're going to handle both. This colloquy, this question and answer will go for both of them.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So 376 and 1718. Now I see that those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement, both of them which you have signed.
Correct.
Okay. So my first question is, did you read these plea agreements closely?
Yes, sir.
And did you go over them in detail with your attorney?
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure you understand all the terms and conditions they're contained.
I did.
Okay. And the core of both of these, and they're basically, some of these overlap, some of the community control is concurrent, followed by, was 1 year of community control followed by 3 years of regular probation. That's in both cases, they'll be served together. So that's a total of essentially 4 years of supervision. And then there's a number of other requirements as well: substance abuse evaluation and treatment, anger management, no contact. One thing I do want to point out, I want to be clear about it: the no contact that are contained in here is one-sided no contact. If somebody walks up to you, these are minors, I don't know how old they are, but they walk up to you, you're in violation, you're not. So
Okay.
you've got to take the affirmative steps there. If you bump into them in the store or in a restaurant, just walk away from them. You're not going to get in trouble. But you got to do that. You can't just, well, I was here first and they walk, or whatever. You just need to be clear that.
Sir, I couldn't even tell you what they even look like anymore.
Okay.
How's that?
So, well, but, there's a lot that's contained in this. So I just want to make sure you
Yes, sir.
understand this, because, we want you to be successful.
I understand.
Okay? But it's going to take your attention, because there's a lot of stuff. A lot of evaluation, you got to follow through it, and a management course. All these things that are contained in here are required, plus the fees and costs, et cetera, that are contained in here. So, do you have any questions? Obviously, the most important thing is you understand that by entering in this, it's written out in the plea agreement that you're waiving the right to go to a trial, and this will be a final resolution of your case. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And you have gone over it in detail with your attorney?
I have.
Okay. And you believe it's in your best interest to enter into these pleas and for a final resolution of this case?
I do.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your pleas on both these cases. The probationary periods and the community control, 1 year followed by 3 years regular probation, will be served concurrently, and you'll get credit for all time served, so there's no more incarcerative sentence. The other items, the no contact, 6 months driver's license suspension, DUI school, all the things that are contained in here are also part of it. Do you understand that?
I do.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. You do, even though you just entered into this and I just sentenced you, you have 30 days to appeal this thing.
Your Honor,
Well, hold on a second. Probation?
Your Honor, I have 2 questions.
Sure.
On the 23 CF 1718 for the count to 1129, may he have the entire period to complete all of the DUI conditions rather than just 1129? Because he has a lot to do with a lot of costs involved. In other words, maybe...
State? Yeah. That's a good question. Thank you. States? No problem with that.
I don't have...
Without objection, the court will allow, you'll have the full term of your probationary period to complete those rather than, because this one, count 2 is 1129, it's just 1 year. So they're giving you more time to work on. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I get an address for him since he's on community?
36.
Or just the city?
That's wrong.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Hold on.
Statutory costs?
Yes.
You need me to announce it? Because that's...
If it just says statutory court costs, they need to be announced.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you say 967 and 23,376?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. There's going to be an additional 515 on 231718 and an additional $500 fine, 438 court costs, and a $25 surcharge for the DUI.
Okay. Yeah, I did explain there may be some other fees.
One thing you all did not do is put a time limit on his evaluation, the start of the the evaluation for treatment.
Just get it 30 days after.
30, 60, Your Honor, so 30.
Go ahead. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Harold.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
That's all you got.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Powell?
Mr. Powell.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Would you announce this case?
Judge, I'm appearing for Ron Johnson on this case. It's John Mark Affleck.
Okay, hold on.
23.
Threw me for a loop. You got a different attorney. Hold on.
I got witnesses, please.
Who is it? This is John Affleck.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Ron Johnson. He's 22 on my docket. It's a little different.
It is.
Guilty, 10 years arbitrary, 2 years in the court costs, and now 1
Judge, give me 1 second. I got to. This is why I was late. It was Ron Johnson's case. I had to run and get a plea. Yeah. Judge, we got a plea in this case, but can I give that to you?
Thank you. Mr. Powell, would you go ahead and announce the plea agreement?
Yes, sir, Judge. He's going to plead guilty to the driving with no license, total offense. Received 10 days Okaloosa County Jail credit for time served. She's already served 270 court costs, 150 of the offender fees, and outstanding monetary obligations will be less than 6 months.
State?
Lien within 6 months.
That's the state's agreement.
And it's reduced to a misdemeanor, Judge.
Very good. Mr. Affleck, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Affleck, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I see those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement. Did you read this closely? And did you go over it with either Mr. Powell or Mr. Johnson, your other attorney, and make sure you understand what you're doing here? It's pretty straightforward, but just want to make sure you understand what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Because you're waiving the right to go to a trial, and this will be a final resolution of your case. You believe that's in your best interest? You had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
And you understand this is a final resolution?
Yeah, I've discussed it in depth with Mr. Johnson.
Okay, very good. You had all your questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement. There'll be an adjudication of guilt to the lesser included charge of driving on a suspended license, third or subsequent, and the statutory cite is in the agreement, Madam Clerk. There'll be 10 days, court sentencing you to 10 days in the Okaloosa County Jail. You will get credit for time served, and it's stipulated by the state that it's already been served. You got your standard court costs and fees of 6 months to pay those, and they go to a lien. Okay, question? Any question?
No.
Okay, you have 30 days, and you just agree to this, you got 30 days to appeal your sentence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And there's a court cost of $300.
300 rather than 270 on the court costs.
Not a problem.
Stephen Hooper.
Next case I got, Judge, is Stephen Hooper, 22-1747. See, I need to approach, Judge.
You may. Counsel.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
What can I help you with?
I think I was bit by a vampire.
This is definitely concerning, but I don't have any experience with vampire bites. I do, however, have training in accident investigation from the Florida Highway Patrol, and I'm proud to say that I've received many awards that... Hey, you feeling okay, buddy?
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Okay, so based on conversation, there was some discussion about, whether we had announced last, so I'm not continuing it to the next cycle at this point. I know you all are still in discussion, but we need to get this thing resolved one way or another. Apparently there's some discussion going on, so we're going to come back on docket day, and you guys can get it resolved. If not, we need to look at whether we need to, well, this may be ramped up and ready to go to trial. So we'll see where we're going.
It'll be ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Powell, come back on Monday, 10-16.
Thank you, Judge, very much. I'll come back to you.
Thank you.
to have one more case. He's not incarcerated now, but it's Eric Paget.
What about Brandon Leno? That's
Bo.
He's coming?
He's coming. He had another case.
That's all right.
But I got Eric Paget. It's 23 CT 1394.
That is not on my docket.
It's not, but it had it on mine. The secretaries did. So.
Yes, sir. It's with Judge Mason today at 9.
It's fine.
Judge Mason.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They told me it was.
You got a misdemeanor. Okay.
That's all I got,
Okay,
Judge. Thanks,
thank you.
okay?
Very
Sorry
good.
I'm late. I had to
That's
get.
all right. Mr.
Noakes is
Mr. Noakes.
downstairs, so we're going to get Karen Hyler.
Judge.
Mr. Noakes.
Good morning. I've got Ms. Hyler. Judge, there's two cases. I just got appointed on the 6th to 23 CF 1429. And then the older case, I was missing some videos. I got those yesterday. We downloaded them. I'm going to watch it this afternoon. It was about an hour and a half to download. We'd like to leave it set for clear continuance on Monday.
Okay.
And Judge, she asked me yesterday when I met with her if the court would allow us to add tomorrow a motion to reinstate bond because of her health and physical condition. And I asked the
How
state.
many do we have in the morning? Sure.
Okay.
We'll add it in the morning. Well, so, which of these cases? Well, I guess both of them.
Yeah, I think the 22 CF 658 is the one that got revoked, but I'll file that motion after lunch.
Okay. Very good.
So leave it set for Monday.
We'll leave it set for Monday at 10:16 at 9 a.m.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Christopher Baloo.
Baloo?
Judge, Baloo? I just got a point. I've not spoken with him yet, Judge. Is it Baloo? So Christopher Baloo, Judge. The state, I guess he's got a new case possibly coming up. I just got appointed on the 27th, I guess. Maybe
Is there another case in the state?
Yes, Your Honor, there is a grand theft case that I believe may have the order to transfer to this division probably got lost in the e-portal that's not working. So.
This is a brand new case anyway, so we'll just continue to the next cycle and hopefully we'll run them together. Even if there's an arraignment in between, we'll run them together. So we'll come back on 12/13.
I'll come to you. Okay. I'm just trying to get this going. Judge, the next case I've got is Brandon Eubanks, and he's actually on the bond hearing docket for tomorrow. So, Judge, if we could leave clear continuance for Monday.
Okay.
And after, maybe tomorrow we can approach at the bond hearing and explain to you what's going on with the case.
Very good. So we'll continue this till 10/16, docket day, and then tomorrow it's already set, so we'll deal with that tomorrow. Thank you.
Judge, then Mario Lee, as he's present, he was able to bond out. So I think the state and I have agreed to continue it to December 11th for out of custody.
Where are we at with things? This it can be kind of approaching a year, not.
We had a list of depots that we did. Some of them didn't show up, and then there were several that were not on the list that should have been. I've seen emails this morning. They're knocking around reconvening on January 4th.
Okay. Okay, so we'll continue this till 12/11. December 11th, 9 a.m. Stay in contact with your attorney.
And then the last case I have is Jeremy Sullivan.
Would you go ahead and announce those cases? Several.
Judge, on Jeremy Sullivan, we've got 2020 CF 698, 2020 CF 952, and 2020 1545. Judge, case numbers are old because he had been sent to DOC by Santa Rosa County, and so then we got him back in January, and we're going back and forth, but we're getting closer to getting it resolved. Let me take 1 second. So, Judge, we want to leave it set for Monday.
Okay.
Clear continuance. We're very close to getting it resolved. We're just working on a couple last-minute bumps.
Okay. We'll come back on 10/16, 9 a.m. Clear continuance.
Yes, Your Honor, and I will not be sending out subs since this is going to be set to be continued.
I'm sorry?
I won't be sending out subpoenas since this is going to be set to be continued.
That's correct.
All right, thank you.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Jason Cobbs against, next year. Barry Gaspin for Mr. Cobbs.
Good morning, Mr. Cobb.
Judge Jason Cobb on behalf of Mr. Gaspin in 3 cases, 21 CF 71, 21 CF 3043, and 22 CF 2298. I was just recently appointed in these cases. Mr. Noakes was allowed to withdraw. I just downloaded the discovery from the state this week. I'm just asking for a cycle so I can get caught up to speed with what's going on.
Your Honor, we do realize Mr. Cobb just got the case. It's actually going to be pretty straightforward, so we have no objection to this continuance, but we'd ask that everybody be ready for trial next time if at all possible. Because the state is ready and the victims are ready.
I anticipated that, Your Honor. That's just, not asking for much, just one cycle so I can get caught up to speed.
Obviously, you just come on the case, so it's not an unreasonable request. So
And we understand that, Your Honor.
Court will continue. Of course, the state's always very reasonable. So we'll continue this till 12, 13, and 9 a.m. And we will, note that you anticipate this being the last continuance. We'll come back on 12, 13.
Yes, sir.
Wayne Shelton.
Would you announce the case numbers?
Sir? Oh, yes, right now. Judge Jason Cobb on behalf of Mr. Shelton, case number 2022 CF 1662 and 2022 CF 2442. I'm going to ask that I can leave this on for Monday to try to continue to work with the state to come up with a resolution. But if we can't come up with a resolution, I don't want to say I'll be ready to go to trial. I'd probably ask for one more pass to look into some.
How long have you been on this case?
I think since March.
My records say that there was an announcement of last continuance last time.
Yes, sir.
So we'll come back on docket day and either plea or trial.
Yes, sir. Monday, the 16th. Judge, next is Mr. Miles. Judge, I have Mr. Miles in one case, but I'm covering for Mr. Ramey in his other cases, and I believe Mr. Henderson in another case. I have him in 2020 CF 1370.
Let me get the...
just got distracted with the case last week. I got 3 hours. I know you're doing the thing
So you've got Mr. Henderson's case as well. Is there a third one?
Well, there's a tampering case I believe was consolidated into the human trafficking case. And Mr. Henderson's always remained on that case, so I just kind of be safe. Sure. But I think Mr. Ramey's covering both those cases, isn't it?
My understanding is Mr. Ramey was going to speak with Mr. Henderson to see if they're both staying on it, but Mr. Ramey is on the human trafficking case, which, Your Honor, is 173441. And I'm also here today on behalf of Mr. Gillespie, who has the case with Mr. Cobb, the RICO case.
Okay. So you're just, which case are you here on? So he's got 3 cases, he's got 3 lawyers. Tell me what we're doing.
On the 1370 case, which I still am Mr. Miles' attorney, I received 3 hours worth of proffers from the state at an amended discovery exhibit last week, or a week and a half ago. I still have to review that 3-hour recorded proffer, and then I'm going to go out to the jail and speak with Mr. Miles about what that proffer has on it. Mr. Miles is ready for me to try the case, the RICO case, but I'm not ready to try the case because I haven't reviewed that proffer as of yet. And I believe when I talked to Mr. Gillespie, we wanted to have this case tracked with the human trafficking case. And I believe the state and Mr. Ramey had discussed a possible March trial date for the human trafficking case.
Well, why don't you do this? Why don't we come back on docket day and you coordinate with the other attorneys and let me know what you guys are thinking. I understand there's some complexity based on these multiple cases and the seriousness of the cases, but I don't know. You're saying, well, we think this with Ramey and Henderson.
And Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Ramey yesterday. That was the first time I've spoken to him in a while, but I did speak with him yesterday. And he did indicate he would be asking for a continuance and have Mr. Cobb step in today on his cases.
Well, and that's fine. Mr. Ramey can come here and ask for that, and I'll probably give it to him. But I need to kind of force you all to make sure there's communication going on, but 3 lawyers coming in and not knowing exactly what the other one's doing is not a good recipe for getting a resolution. So we need to gear this. So we're going to come back on docket day. You know, even if you talk that morning, we need to figure out kind of where we're going. But I understand that we're looking at something probably maybe even, you know, down the road. But we need to figure out where we're going to get some of these cases set and resolved. You don't want to just stay around with these cases looming. Mr. Miles, you want to get them resolved, right? You have the right to do that. So let's get them going.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll come back on docket day.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Monday, the 16th. All right, those are my cases, Judge. Have you excused?
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Ricky Dyer, Mr. Bill Betts.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, Mr. Bell Betts is present in 23 CF 483 and 19 CF 1261. We have deposition scheduled for October 20th, so if we can pass this case one cycle.
Your Honor, before you make your decision, may I speak, please?
When you talk to your attorney. Well, this is Mr. Bell Betts.
This is Your Honor.
Did you announce the case number?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow your.
Your Honor, Mr. Bell Betts has instructed me that he would like me to withdraw from his case. I have a motion to withdraw that I can file if the court would like to set that separately or if they would like to hear it now.
So you weren't appointed. You were privately
correct, Your Honor.
Retained, right?
Correct.
Okay. You have the right to fire your attorney. So who are you going to? Who are you going to?
Pro se, sir.
You're going to go pro se. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what we need to do is you need to file something. We'll get it back on the miscellaneous docket. We can probably do it. We can do it tomorrow, but today we got 200 and 100.
Judge, I have a stipulated motion to withdraw Would Mr. Betts like to sign that right now?
You can.
May I speak, sir?
No.
I'll be placed under oath.
No.
I'm not signing that.
Okay, fine. Come back tomorrow. Matter of fact, come back later. I don't care.
You want to set it tomorrow morning, Your Honor?
We can set it for tomorrow morning.
9 a.m.? Thank you.
So I will not be able to speak, sir?
He said
Not right now. No.
Can I put in my demand for a speedy trial?
Not now. Got an attorney.
Anymore.
I don't know who's ready anymore, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I see a couple of private attorneys, but I don't know if any of them is ready.
Who do you have for the interpreter, madam?
Good morning, Your Honor. I am here to assist Mr. Medina and Mr. Gage on...
You got it?
They, I don't even think they've gotten the bucket back.
Okay. I didn't want you sitting there if we could deal with your cases, but it looks like they don't have.
My anticipation is probably after lunch is when we'll probably get our guys down here started.
So if you have anything, you don't have to stay. I mean, you're welcome to stay, but we'll be resolved dealing with the interpreter cases after lunch, it looks like.
I will be here at 1:30, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate your assistance.
Judge, I do have one out of custody.
Sure.
Judge, this is Todd Hunt, number 67 on the docket.
Okay, hold on just a second. Give me the name again.
This is Todd Hunt, number 67 on the docket, 23 CF 576. My docket says page 33.
Yeah, I've got it slightly different. Very good. Sorry.
Judge, in this case, given the nature of the charges, I'm going to ask for a full cycle continuance. I'm going to need to do depositions on this matter.
State. Court will continue this till 12/11. This is obviously serious charges.
There's a bondsman here. He heard as well. On Mr. Hunt.
Hold on. Whose case is this?
Sir? I don't normally hear from bondsmen, but.
Come on, sir. Come on up.
Yeah, this.
I have a request from the indemnitor that he does not want to be on his bond anymore. So I need to come off his bond.
You need to talk to the attorney about what needs to be done with that. I'm not.
He wants to come off his bond.
Your Honor, with respect to that, I think that's a personal matter between Mr. Hunt and his bondsman. I don't deal with the bonds.
I don't think the court does.
If Mr. Hunt owes him some additional funds.
No, his indemnitor, collectors, I have a right to come off his bond because the indemnitor who on his bond has requested that I come off the bond. So that's why I'm here.
Your Honor, if we could set this for Wednesday, have that address, since it's not really, given what's happening today, if we could set it for like docket date perhaps?
I want to come off his bond. That's my right as a bondman.
Well, you're not on the docket today, and nothing's been filed, and so I'm kind of operating blind. I apologize, but this is kind of out of ordinary. We've got over 100 cases, and we're trying to deal with these today. So, Why don't we try and come back tomorrow? And somebody, maybe it's the state, and you guys can come back tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Judge, I don't think the state routinely takes a position and bond. I think however they figure that amongst themselves, that is fine with the state. But I don't believe I have any input on the bond.
I'm fine with getting it set for tomorrow. I would advise Mr. Hunt to get that squared away.
Okay. Okay. So we'll come back tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Judge, this my only outfit. I have some females, but other than that,
okay.
Mr. Howell, you ready?
That's going to be Roach and Hahn.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Bo Powell on behalf of Pierre Roach. There's two cases on the docket, Judge. We're before the court in violation of probation.
Very good. Why don't you get violations of probation on this docket?
We put it here for anticipated resolution. Mr. Roach would be entering an admission to the violation of probation, Judge, and we have an assigned plea agreement. If I could approach.
You may. Thank you. Could you please announce the terms of the plea agreement?
Mr. Roach would be entering a no contest admission. The state's recommending probation be revoked and terminated, and Mr. Roach be sentenced to 12.6 months state prison with credit for all time served and fines and court costs. And then there's a companion misdemeanor case for which the state is recommending time served.
You're saying the state's recommending, is that the agreement?
That's the agreement.
Okay. State, is that the agreement?
That is the agreement, Judge. Does the plea agreement have both case numbers down, or is it just written up for the DOC?
The plea agreement does have both case numbers.
Okay.
Correct. I've got case number 21 CF 3021 and 22 MM 102.
22 MM 102.
That's what I've got. Is that important with the state?
That's correct.
Okay. Mr. Roach, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement. I see those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement that you have signed. My first question to you is, first of all, did you understand? First of all, did you read this plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you go over it in detail with your attorney, make sure you understood all the ins and outs of it?
Yes, sir.
Because you're waiving some valuable legal rights and actually being sentenced to DOC. So you've gone over this, asked him whether this is in your best interest. You've kind of gone through all the legal issues that surround this resolution.
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering this, you're waiving, and these are contained in your plea agreement, but I want to make sure you've also talked about it with the attorney. You're waiving a lot of valuable legal rights. The main legal right, the right to force the state to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, and contest witnesses. Okay? You believe this is in your best interest to resolve this case today and to waive these valuable rights like this?
Yes, sir.
And you have had all your legal questions answered by your attorney as it relates to this plea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you believe this is in your best interest to do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea, and the court will, as to 21 CF 3021, there'll be an admission of the violation of probation. There'll be a revoke and terminate probation, so when you come out, you're not going to have to worry about probation. There'll be an adjudication of guilt, and you'll be sentenced to 12.6 months in the state prison. You will get credit for all time served. And the same goes for both of these are felonies, both these counts, correct?
Correct.
And I assume, I'm sure this is true, but I want to make sure and ask it on the record. This 12.6 is for each count to be served concurrent?
Correct.
I'm not sure and put that in. That's not. Well, the first count 1 and 2 are listed as felonies.
Count 1 and 2 are both third-degree felonies.
Correct.
But the second case is a misdemeanor for which we're just doing time served.
Count 2 is a resisting officer or should be misdemeanor. So you're saying that.
Resisting retail merchant.
Just a moment, let me just look at that information.
Sure. Here you go, Mr. Powell. We'll get this square.
I believe the count 2 is a misdemeanor. Right, so you have 1 felony and 2 misdemeanors.
Okay, very good.
See, I count 2.
Okay, very good. So what you want to do, I assume then the count 2 will be credit for time served just like the other misdemeanor, right?
Correct.
Okay, just make sure I'm clear. Did you put cost of prosecution down there? $100 for each one of those?
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Okay. Okay, so let's just make sure, I want to make sure you understand what's going on.
Yes, sir.
So you have 2 cases. Your first case is a grand theft case. That's a felony.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The resisting a retail merchant, that's a misdemeanor. In your other VOP is a petty theft, that's a misdemeanor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. On both the misdemeanor cases, you're getting credit for time served.
Yes, sir.
You're done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you got to do the fees and costs. There'll be an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. On the felony case, that's where you're being sentenced to the 12.6 months DOC.
Yes, sir.
You will get credit for time served on that one as well. Okay? But that's the serve. Is that what your understanding is?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't change the substance because you still have the 12.6. That's the core of this thing.
Yes, sir.
And that hasn't changed. But you got to do all the technicalities to make sure you get it. So all 3 of these, there'll be an adjudication of guilt. 2 misdemeanors, you get credit for time served. And you do have to have the cost of prosecution, $100 times 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So, and you do have 30 days to, even though you've just agreed to this, you have 30 days to appeal this thing.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't make much sense, but that's what they tell us we have to do. So, and I assume you're okay with the score sheet?
Yes, sir.
Counsel?
Please do.
Defense? Yes. Okay. Very good. Any questions? Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir. Judge,
Powell.
Mr. Roach does have a Escambia County case as well.
Okay.
So I anticipate in order to transport him to Escambia County, and we just ask that he get credit while serving the sentence in Escambia County jail before he's.
I don't deal with credit.
Okay. But
if there's something, I don't think that's something that I make a rule. That either it is or it isn't. I think. State?
Judge, is the question that he'll be transported to Escambia County, will he be getting credit while he sits in Escambia County?
He's been.
I don't know that, but maybe there's something, I don't think that's something the court is engaged in. I think that,
well,
the jail, the
state simply says they have no objection.
The state has no objection to that.
They have no objection to
him receiving that credit. That helps with the court saying that as long as he's being held, then that credit would accrue.
The state has no objection.
Very good. The court will approve then that as long as he's being held on this charge, he'll get credit for time served. No objection to the defendant receiving credit for time served on this charge while he's being held by Escambia.
Thank you.
Would it be a Escambia County charge while he's being held over here?
No, they're going to transport him over. Instead of like going to DOC, you know, they're going to take him over and deal with the case over in Escambia.
Correct.
That's what my understanding.
Correct. The goal is not to have him shipped to DOC and then having to transport him back.
While he's sitting over there, he wants to get credit for time served, and the state's okay with it, so the court will allow that to happen based on the plea agreement.
Escambia County, the base charge is there. And how much time would you like it to have the case cost when he eventually gets out?
We'd ask for 30 days from his release.
About 6 months.
6 months would be good.
That's extensive.
Very good.
When you get out, you got time to pay your fees. If not, it goes to collections. So
Yes,
it keeps you from getting your driver's license suspended and trying to move on. Okay? Any
Yes,
questions?
Judge, Mr. Roach's family's in the front row. He had asked if he could say goodbye to them briefly before he's taken back. I know that's an unusual request and up to court security.
You're welcome to wave at them on the way out.
All right.
I don't want.
Yes.
Let's not. I appreciate your support.
Yes, sir.
When he gets out is when you really need to support him. Sure, get him back on the right foot.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Thank you.
This is David Hahn, maybe under the docket of
Okay.
Mr. Riley.
It's Riley, correct.
And Judge, we are asking to put this on docket day. We're expecting a report from Dr. Harper as well as a conditional release plan to present to the court. So asking for plea or continue on docket day.
State.
This is Hahn.
This is David Hahn. So we'll come back on docket day and we'll see where things are at.
Very good.
Very good. Thank you.
Next would be Mr. Niddle with Chase Davis.
Okay, good. Thank you. Did you have any?
Judge, I was covering for Michael Griffith
this
morning. Sorry. He has Trevor Brown on the docket.
Is he an inmate?
He's a juvenile, but I don't know if he was transferred.
Might be after lunch.
Trevor Brown.
Hey, JJ. JJ, I think your battery's dying with you. Mean you? I talked to. I think it's radio.
Judge, this is a stipulated continuance.
So we don't need to bring him in?
He knows what's going on.
Yeah. They're on the way to pick him up, so I'll let you know if we need. Who is it? Trevor Brown?
Trevor Brown.
He's not here yet, Your Honor. None of the juveniles are transported.
Approach.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
The Cottage Formalware, located at 648 North Wilson Street, has all your needs for looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formalware. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Get him transported. Thank you, Judge.
Chase Davis for Mr. Dillon.
Thank you. Thanks for your help.
Good morning,
Good
Your
morning,
Honor.
counsel.
Stephen, on behalf of Chase Davis, Mr. Davis has one case on the docket of 23 CF 1842.
Correct.
This is very early on in this case. We will need to set depositions in this case. Right now, I'm still trying to determine.
This is an early case, so the court will continue this in the next cycle, and we'll come back on 12/13, 9 a.m.
What is your next bond hearing date, Judge? Mr. Davis's request that I file for a bond. Do you know that off the top?
We have a miscellaneous day tomorrow, but probably can't get something. Our miscellaneous days are...
I'll call you JA if that's what...
No, not for a bond hearing. Bond hearing is short. It's done in the morning. Those do not have to be pre-scheduled. Those will get on.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I had to step out of the room. If we need a bond hearing, and this cannot be done tomorrow, there's a victim in this case.
I'm not saying it worked tomorrow.
Yeah, just file it and set it. It'll go on in the morning. The clerk knows how to set it. They'll set it.
The clerk. That's fine, Judge.
It's a little tricky. If there are lengthier hearings, those are the ones that are in the afternoon, and those are the ones that need to be set with the JA.
Portion Henson Brown.
Counsel?
Judge, we're here on Mr. Brown's case. That's a 22 CF 1245. Mr. Rogers and I was just discussing this earlier. He has a co-defendant, and there has been some talk about a resolution of this case. I think we need to continue this to the 12/13 date, and we will try to work something out before that.
That'd be fine, except for the fact that you all announced that last time was the last continuance. If we're going to announce last continuances, we have to actually, it's why we come back on docket day, and if you guys can resolve. If not, we need to be looking to move this case.
Can we approach briefly, Judge?
Sure.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Island,
12/13, which is the next cycle. But you anticipate, we didn't actually ask this question at sidebar. Will this be the last one, you think?
Judge, we're going to be ready to go. I don't think there's any reason we expect any more hurdles to pop up in the interim. So if this case isn't resolved, we'll be going to trial.
Okay, very good. Mr. Middleton, you get
Yes, I agree, Judge.
Very good, thank you.
Gregory Johnson.
We're close on working on an agreement.
Okay.
Judge, Mr. Johnson is here. I believe there's two cases before the court, 23 CF 778 and 23 CF 779. We just conducted depositions yesterday in the 778 case, and based on those, I will be filing a motion to suppress. I need one continuance to get the transcript of the depositions, and I'll file a motion to suppress and get it set for hearing.
Very good. We will continue this matter until 12/13.
We'll talk about it.
Marion Pride.
Judge approaching the Jamarian Pride in case number 23 CF 322. I filed a motion to dismiss on this case on October the 6th. I just need to set that for a hearing.
Okay. So we'll continue this until the next cycle, but let's get that motion. If it's already been filed, the motion to dismiss?
Yes, it has.
Okay. You need to contact my office to get that set as soon as possible.
I'll set that and file a notice of hearing then. Thank you.
You said you already filed the motion, right?
Yes, I said I'll set that.
Oh, you'll
file
set
a notice of hearing.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Elijah Westbrook will be next.
Judge, Mr. Westbrook is here in case number 23 CF 1148. I'm in the process of setting depositions in that matter. He also has picked up a new case. They actually, the depositions have been set. I think they're set for November the 6th, I believe. And we will need a continuous to conduct those.
So we'll stay okay with that?
Yes, Judge, he's correct. We have set depositions in this case, and we're moving along.
We'll continue this until 12/13, and we'll track, if there's a new case, we'll track them together.
Yeah, the new case is 23 CF 2080, so.
Yeah, I don't know if has there been an arraignment on that?
I believe it has. I filed a written not guilty. I don't know if the arraignment's been held. 2080. I looked, I think it's set for. The Crestview case. Yeah, for some reason it's up, well, he was arrested in Crestview, so I assume that's why.
Well, you guys can figure out where it probably should go one way or the other, either up there or down here.
What's that?
I'm showing that
You want to keep the address?
2080 is already set on your December 11 docket.
Okay. That should be.
It's already been transferred.
Okay, so it's been transferred to me, but it's set for 12/11. But we're going to change that to 12/13 because he's an inmate. So we'll just make that small change. So both those will track together on 12/13 at 9 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Counsel? That's all right? Okay.
That's all I have, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nettles.
Mr. Owens is next.
Mr. Owens.
Shay Jones. Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Mr. Owens. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Shay Jones is at another institution. I wasn't transported. If you want to handle that first, he's getting.
Judge Shay Jones, Jeff Toney is lead counsel. I'm co-counsel on this case. We did file a motion to dismiss, and I believe that's been set for.
Hold on. I just got to track the case. So this is Shay Jones. Go ahead.
Judge Shay Jones, Jeff Toney is the lead counsel. I'm co-counsel. I did file a motion to dismiss. I believe it's set for hearing, but recently Shay Jones has been arrested by the feds, and he's charged with a federal gun charge. He's been transported to Santa Rosa County. I don't know right now how. I think the case
Why are they
law.
transporting him to, if he's in custody over here?
Well, I think he was.
Do they get preference out there? Do the feds get preference? Do they automatically grab them?
That's been my experience.
There's some case law about which court has priority, the state court or the federal court case, and that's got to be ferreted out.
Okay.
But I think I would probably need some type of a court order from the federal judge about getting him back over here for that motion to dismiss. So I don't know if that's still going to go.
Do me a favor, and if it figure out whether it's going to go or not. If it's not, I understand. I'm being a little facetious about the feds, but we're working our case here. They're messing with it. But if we're not going to do the motion, let Eileen know so that we can use that slot, because those hearing slots are precious.
I'll try to get an answer by the end of the week.
That'd be great. Thank you.
So we're just going to leave it set for the hearing date? Has it?
Well, we do it, but let's go ahead and do the regular full cycle continuance to 12/13, but and set the motion to dismiss is set for 11/14. That will be tracked separately. We'll keep it on the pretrial, the cycle docket.
The motion set for 11/14?
That's what my notes say.
My recollection is it's set in December.
Well, we'll get an official from the clerk.
My mistake.
Okay.
It'll be probably in the afternoon. I'm sure.
Yes, sir, it's at 2:30.
I'll let the court know something soon.
Okay.
Judge Tony Henderson has Anthony Miles. My understanding it's already been called. He's got 3 cases with 3 separate attorneys, and it's my understanding that's been reset for Monday at 9 a.m.
Yeah, what I asked is just that we reset it. I know it's complicated with these different cases, and some of them are fairly serious. The lawyers, it doesn't look like everyone's communicating. I just wanted to kind of see where we're going with it.
Okay.
So we'll come back on docket day. So you're here with Mr. Henderson's?
On his behalf, on Anthony Miles. So that's this Monday at 9 a.m.
Okay, yeah. Yes, sir.
The other case I have is Patricia Davis. She's in custody. Here she is, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, this is Patricia Davis. She's got a couple of VOPs and a new law violation. The public defender, I believe, was on the case until just recently. I've substituted in. I don't know if officially that's in the record, but I believe the last time we had court, Tony Henderson appeared on my behalf and indicated that I would be substituting in.
This is Patricia Davis. Let's see what, I've got 3 cases that I have you with Ms. Davis. 20 CF 1186, 21 CF 437, and 22 CF 1502.
There are 2 VOPs and 1 exploitation of the elderly charge.
Correct.
I would like to leave that set for trial. The state has indicated they've got a new witness. I'm going to attempt to speak with that witness during the interim, but we're going to try to bring it in for a landing. She's got 18 months in, so we'd like to resolve it this time.
So we'll just leave it on for docket day, which is this Monday, 10/16 at 9 a.m. And obviously,
Your Honor, just so the court knows, I can't confirm that Mr. Owens has all the discovery. I asked him if he had it, and I looked. I don't even think that I saw a notice of appearance was entered. I don't think a demand for discovery has been filed, so I don't know that Mr. Owens has all the discovery. And the state, just so the court's aware and it's on the record, the state did add a witness just prior to Mr. Owens being retained in this case, so I don't think Mr. Harper had done a deposition. Again, I know she's been in a while. I don't mind her coming back.
so what I would just ask is that, because you're new to the case, and I understand that, I'm not going to jam you because you're recently appointed. We've got 5 days. Let's kind of figure out where we're at, and we'll look at it on docket day. If we can gear it up and go to trial, that's good. Let's do it. We've got some time this time. If there's a resolution, obviously that's also.
And I will send subpoena. I didn't know it was going to be announced for trial, but I will send subpoenas and see if I can get everybody.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The discovery.
I want to get that to you. Judge, so docket day is October the 16th?
Yes, sir.
At 9 a.m., and then your jury selection, you have 2 weeks?
Yeah. We have 2 weeks. We'll start the following week. So we have, next week we have the docket day, and then we have jury review is on...
So Mr. Owens, we usually...
Jury review is on the 19th, and then the 23rd and the 3rd, the 2 weeks starting the 23rd and the 30th. We've got 2 weeks of trials. Usually on docket, we begin to kind of start ferreting out where we're going to be putting the trials.
And then at that time, if I don't know if Mr. Owens is aware, but the court, we usually determine on jury review what day jury selection is going to be, what day if it's going to be a pick and go, all that kind of.
Generally, that's what we'll do. I don't know how long this case would last, but if it's a 1 day, we'll generally do a pick and go. We now have the capacity. We don't have to pick our juries all on Monday morning anymore. Clerk's very good about allowing us to pick whenever the trial is scheduled to start.
Judge, and I have spoken with the state attorney about the discovery, and we're going to try to get it from them as well as from the Office of the Public Defender. So we're going to try to get that information, and I believe there was a deposition that was of one key material witness that we're going to get, and then this new witness. So I'm going to work to try to get it resolved without a trial, but
let's see where we're at on Monday. We'll kind of look at it.
Well, thank you.
Mr. Owens, it's the same Office of the Public Defender. It's actually Regional Conflict Counsel. Just so the record is clear there.
Okay.
We spoke.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gates.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Thank you.
Today? Not today? I believe that's all I have. Thank you.
Now, I've got a Victor Stanton.
Is that? We have a bond hearing, I believe, set for tomorrow at 9 a.m. on that.
Yeah, we do.
Can we just wait and handle that then? Is he in custody?
Let's see. Hey, JJ, do you have Victor standing up here? Can you pass him through real quick for Mr. Owens? We weren't told that he's his, but...
Do we need him? Can we just set it for tomorrow?
I think we could handle the bond
bond right now. This is just a rehearing of the prior bond. I don't know any other allegations that have been a change in circumstances since our last bond hearing on Mr. Stanton's case.
I wanted to take some testimony from his father, so there are some.
Or taking testimony. When do you have that set for?
I thought it was set for tomorrow at 9.
If it's a bond hearing with witnesses, that's not a morning hearing. That's an afternoon scheduled hearing. We got 40 cases in the morning. We can't be taking testimony. You know how?
Actually, Your Honor, it's set for 8:30.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how it was set for 8:30 because we don't start at 8:30.
This is Victor Stanton, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Stanton. So you guys need to schedule the hearing.
Let's leave it set for tomorrow, and let me speak with the state attorney if we can stipulate to maybe some testimony.
That's fine.
But let's just...
You can start, don't have to start at 8:30.
Let's just say 9.
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
Okay. Judge, I'll also be in Judge Brown's courtroom tomorrow morning, so I'll have to bounce back and forth.
We'll cut you some slack, but just tell Judge Brown that
More important matters, Judge.
no, we'll work it as always. But I appreciate it.
Okay, so the next court event will be decided tomorrow.
Great. And let's go ahead. Where are we at just with the overall case as far as the discovery, et cetera?
Mr. Harper also has another co-defendant on the case. I think Mr. Harper was going to waive his appearance, and we could hear that. So just as far as the overall with both cases. We've disclosed there is a confidential informant in the case. We've disclosed the address of the confidential informant. So my expectation is that from speaking with Mr. Harper, I know he wants to do a deposition with that particular informant. So the anticipation is the trial going to be Mr. Harper's case first.
Who is the defendant in that case?
In which case?
Mr. Harper's case.
Marcus Snow. Marcus Snow.
Judge, it is a cold case, and we have been taking depositions, so it's been moving along fairly.
Well, it sounds like there's some movement. Let's go ahead and we'll continue to the next cycle. You guys can get some, looks like you're making some real progress as far as discovery, etc. So does that sound?
That's accurate, Judge.
Is your case on, Mr. Harper, your clients?
Yes, Judge. For the record, Marcus Snowden, 21 CF 2286. What happened procedurally is that...
What did you tell? I'm sorry, what?
He is number 76 on the docket.
What's his name?
Snowden.
He should be here too. Do we need him?
Got it.
Just let me take 2 minutes. I didn't know he was with respect to Mr. Snowden, the confidential informant bounced around through federal institutions. They relocated him. He's in Missouri, which is why we need to reset depositions. We had some
It
difficulty.
was announced last time that it was the last, but obviously this is a new turn of events, which sometimes is not anticipated. So I understand that. So do we look? I mean, if there was a last. What do we need to do as far as kind of procedurally? Do you want to just continue this case for?
We'll just continue it for one cycle at this point. That gives us 2 months to at least be able to give Your Honor, if nothing else, a coordinated date that hopefully we can just do it through Zoom for the deposition. But if not, at least we can give Your Honor an update as far as scheduling for that deposition. It's Yazoo City, Mississippi.
Okay. Does that? Why you say it like that? Like is that because it's just out of state?
Mr. Harper had said Missouri. So
oh, he said Missouri. Oh, you were. Oh. You're just insinuating Mr. Harper doesn't know the difference between Mississippi and Missouri.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, I got it. I knew there was something going on, I just didn't understand. Okay, so there's some movement going on here. Let's, and you all are kind of coordinating. You're handling both cases
Yes.
on the state side? Okay. So we'll come back with a full cycle 12-13 based on this new development. And tomorrow we'll have the bond here.
And as far as Victor Stanton goes, the state's going to be late. I'm going to be late. I've got a sentencing in front of Judge Drake in Santa Rosa and also in front of Judge Hilliard in Santa Rosa, so I'll be a little bit late anyway.
You're talking about tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow morning.
Do you want to just hear it at 1:30 tomorrow? Is
I
that?
don't know what we got for 1:30.
Felony arraignment.
Yeah, right. But I mean,
We
what
can
do we
set for
have
like
at
11.
2:30?
11 in the morning?
You'll probably still be in miscellaneous.
I do.
You want to do it at 11?
I think you just have 2:30, if memory serves me. Yes, we have a hearing at 2:30 and then a hearing at 3 o'clock, and that's on the spot after the plea.
And Your Honor, the one hearing, Mr. Collins, I believe that's going to be continued by Mr. Tony. He's already filed for that.
One of the two hearings.
Yes, I believe if that's still set in, that was Mr. Cohen's sentencing tomorrow afternoon.
I have Christopher Davis at 2:30, so he's at 3 o'clock, and I don't have it continued yet.
I just want to advise the court that Mr. Tony needed his expert for that, and I believe he filed for that a good time ago.
Can you come at 3 o'clock, Mr.
I
Roberts?
can, Judge, and I can also be here just late tomorrow morning, about 10:30 or 11 is when it would be, but whatever.
We'll have a little more flexibility in the afternoon.
Okay.
You know, if,
I'll be here at 3.
If you've got any short testimony or something in the morning, that would get bumped. Because we don't do testimony in the morning docket. For the afternoon, I've got a little more time if you need to do it, we'll get a resolution.
Okay. So 3 o'clock
3
tomorrow?
o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
And that's on the bond.
Did you put full sign anything on that? Because I have another court date.
I do not.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Roman.
Yeah, Mr. Garrett has one on the docket. He just walked in. His client actually got sick on the bus this morning. It's
Okay.
Becky, so he won't be here. He was taken back to the jail.
This is Mr. Garrett's client? Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chris Garrett on behalf of Peter Feckety, 22 CF 2747. As Your Honor just heard, he was going to be here. Actually, I appeared for him in court on Monday, and I thought that his case had been set for December 11th. I was surprised that he was set for today. Either way, we asked for a continuance. We have filed a bond motion in this case. Given that he seems to be ill, we'll just go ahead and coordinate with the state attorney to get that set for a hearing. It also sounds like tomorrow is pretty full anyway. But we'd request a continuance to December 11th. We do have a deposition scheduled in that case on October 30th. And we're going to do a second round of depositions. We're in the process of coordinating right now.
Okay. Sounds like there's good movement. We'll come back.
The inmates are on the 13th.
Oh, the inmates are on a different day.
Inmates are on the 13th, non-inmates are the 11th.
Okay, I was unaware of that. Yes, we just do a continuance to December 13th then.
Okay. Right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr.
Your Honor, I have one unrepresented email, and I have all of Mr. Harper's emails in the be ready to go. And then he asked if we could take a small recess. So
Well, maybe we may take a longer recess because it'll probably be out time for lunch. So why don't we do...
I would say before that time, I know we've got some waivers too. We might be able to knock out for lunch at the same time this afternoon.
That'd be fine.
Judge, I have nothing further today.
Yes, ma'am. Have a nice day. Thank you for your assistance.
You want to see the record?
Yeah, let's do that. We actually have several unrepresented.
This is Sherry Clark, Your Honor, unrepresented.
Your Honor, I think this is the traffic ticket that the Public Defender's Office does not represent her on. There isn't Sherry Clark?
Sherry Clark.
Oh, this is Mrs. Clark. I'm sorry. I did not realize Miss Clark had transported. This is my client, Ron.
Oh, it shows unrepresented on the sheet.
It's because that's a TR,
Oh, okay. Well, we can go ahead and
Public Defender's Office.
discuss her case. I was hoping to speak with her, but Your Honor, Steve Medina with Sherry Clark. Ms. Clark is, I'm sorry, I got to find the right page. Ms. Clark is 110 on the docket. I have her as 21 CF 3182 and 22 CF 2896.
Correct.
There's it's
and then you've got
significant case. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No, and then you've got the
traffic ticket.
The traffic.
But I don't represent her on that. But it's riding along.
Right. Gotcha.
And Your Honor,
that's the no attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a significant case. We're going to need to continue it, Your Honor. The reason is that we have an FDLE follow-up public records request that's pending. Hopefully it won't be too long before we get a response. We have some other discovery outstanding that we need in order to get ready. I'm doing everything diligently to get ready. I can't promise we'll be ready for next cycle given the nature of the case, but I'm hopeful that we'll be very far along.
Is the state pressing the FDLE to get
Your Honor, I did see Mr. Medina copied me on the request for the entire file. He did get a response, and I believe he got a response, and they said they were working.
Yes, and this is not one where it's the state's
dragging or
it's not Pensacola. Pensacola did their initial report in a timely manner. This is follow-up where, in working with our expert, we need to get detailed bench notes and stuff like that because it's complicated.
Okay. Very good. So we'll continue this till 12/13/9 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And that'll be all three, and that'll also be the traffic.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll track them all together now.
Sarah, thank you for Mr. Hart. So I guess my females.
Judge, this is Sierra Banks. She's number 52 on the docket.
Okay.
She has got a couple of cases. VOPs 19 CF 1454, 19 CF 1459, 21 CF 454.
This is Ms. Banks?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, go ahead.
22 CF 2784 and 23 CF 1170, which is a relatively new case. Judge, with respect to Ms. Banks, if we can bring her back on docket day, the state and I have been in discussion. We've made some offers, counter offers. I'm hoping that we can resolve it this cycle. If we can just bring her back on docket day, we'll see where we're at.
Plea continue.
That's my date.
That plea continue.
Plea continue.
Yeah,
We'll come back on docket day on 12/16. Excuse me, 10/16.
Thank you, Judge.
This coming Monday.
Next will be Miranda Fair.
Judge Miranda Fair is next, number 59 on the dockets. She is before the courts on 22 CF 3146.
Okay.
At this time, Ms. Fair is going to withdraw her previously entered plea and enter a plea of no contest. This will be a withhold of adjudication, 3 years of probation, $515 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, attend and complete a substance abuse evaluation and any recommended treatments, eval within 30 days, treatment within 60, no contact with Navi Shelton, no trespassing at the victim's address or place of employment. There's a misdemeanor that's 11 months and 29 days of probation to run concurrent, and there'll be no action on the FTA. Your Honor, if I may approach.
This state in agreement?
That's correct. I don't. Have you seen it?
Judge, if we can file the score sheet later, I will stipulate she's got no prior record.
Okay. It's not a downward departure?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Fair, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Ms. Fair, put your hand up. You heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I see those same terms are contained in your written plea agreement that you've signed. So my first question is, did you read this closely?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over it in detail with your attorney? Make sure you had all your legal questions answered about this plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
You understand by entering this plea agreement, you're waiving the right to go to a trial, giving up some valuable legal rights, right?
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You gone over those with your attorney to make sure you understand kind of what you're doing with this? This will be a final resolution of your case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you believe that this is in your best interest to do this?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea. There'll be a withhold of adjudication. The court will sentence you to 3 years probation. There are the court costs that are contained in there. There's a substance abuse evaluation and recommended treatment. The evaluation has to be done within 30 days. Then start your treatment, if there is any recommended, within 60. Okay? There's, importantly, no trespassing at the victim's address. And that's Navy Sheldon.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something to make sure I want you to understand. This is your obligation to stay away from the victim.
Yes, sir.
If they walk up to you in public, you're in violation.
Yes, sir.
They're not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they run into you, just stay away. Just back up.
Just
you know
walk
what I
the
mean?
other way.
But I want you to understand it's your obligation. Oh, I didn't realize he called me or she.
Yes, sir.
No, you're the ones who get in trouble, not them.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone takes these no contacts real serious. So I want you to take it seriously.
Yes, sir.
Always hate when people come back, you know, and then I see on the first appearance, they come in, they go, I didn't realize that.
And you've already told them?
Yeah. Well, I try and tell everybody just so that doesn't happen, because we got plenty of people. We got plenty of people in jail. We don't need any more people to go to jail.
Yes, sir.
So, unless they deserve to, in which case they'll go to jail.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? So you got on count 2, 11, 29, because that's just a misdemeanor, you only have basically a year's probation. I'll run concurrent with your 3-year probation. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Very good. No action taken on your failure to appeal.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Rebecca for Rocket.
Judge, she's number 60 on the docket. She's before the court on 22 CF 2327, 23 CF 1067, and 23 CF 1351. Stated and I have been in discussion. I think that the offer as it stands is not something that Ms. Farrakis will accept at this time. We're going to need to do depositions, and if we can continue this one cycle, Judge.
No objection.
Very good. The court will continue this matter until 12/13 at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Angelique Johnson.
Judge Rudy Harper on behalf of Angelique Johnson. She's before the court on 23 CF 1760. At this time, she's going to withdraw her previously entered plea and enter a plea of no contest. This will be a withhold of adjudication. She'll be placed on 3 years of probation. She'll be assessed $515 in court costs, $150 cost of defense. With respect to the misdemeanor count, it'll be 11 months and 29 days of probation to run concurrent. She must do the anti-theft class, perform 50 hours of community service work, no trespassing at Target, and maintain employment or have 5 job applications per week.
Recusal serving restitution.
And Your Honor, if we can reserve on the issue of restitution.
Very good.
Your Honor, if we may approach, I believe the state might be following a score sheet later. We stipulate to the score sheet for the shares and priors.
That's correct, Judge. I'll be following the score sheet shortly.
Very good. Ms. Johnson, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. So you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement.
Yes.
And the core of which obviously is the 3 years of probation. And then on the other count, it's basically 1 year of probation that will serve concurrent. There's a few other things in here. No trespassing, maintain employment, the other 50 hours community service. Have you had a chance to read through this plea agreement that you signed? Did you read this?
Yes.
Okay. And did you have a chance to go over it with your attorney in detail just to make sure you understand all the terms? Because you're waiving some valuable...
Sorry, she was pressing it while she was answering it.
You're waiving the right to go to a trial. You're waiving some valuable legal rights. Okay, do you understand that?
Yes.
And I want to make sure you're doing it freely and voluntarily.
Yes.
Okay? And you've had all your legal questions answered by your attorney?
Yes.
Okay. You believe this is in your best interest to enter into this plea agreement?
Yes.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea agreement. There'll be a withhold of adjudication on both counts. The fees and court costs that are contained in the plea agreement. You'll get 3 years of probation on the felony charge. 11 months, 29 days, basically 1 year probation on count 2, the petty theft. They'll run concurrent, but you must do the community service hours, the anti-theft class, other things that are contained. Any restitution will be reserved. And you understand you know what that means?
Yes, he's right.
In other words, they may seek restitution from you at a later time. They'll have to file something. If they file something, you can argue with it. In other words, it's not just automatic. They file it, they get it. But we're just putting that aside. We're resolving this. If they file something, you'll have legal representation. You might agree, say, yeah, that's fair, or no, that's not right. You can argue. Okay, do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other questions regarding this plea agreement?
No.
Okay. You do have 30 days to appeal it, even though you just entered into this plea agreement. I need to make sure and let you know that. Okay? Thank you. You have a nice day.
Thank you.
Your maximum, or do you need to talk about first? Your maximum security in there?
Okay.
Can we do that?
Sure.
Because I mean, we've got time before 12.
Sure.
JD, we're going to be able to do 51, the two maximums. 51 and 67.
Who are these, Mr. Harper's?
Yeah, these would be Mr. Harper's.
Schaffner and
It's going to be Craig and Schaffner.
what's the first one?
Charles Craig.
Okay. Okay. Barbara, you've been busy this cycle. You've done a lot of cases.
I blame Mr. Bates.
I imagine he doesn't have to talk about it. Mr. Craig.
We may have just one moment to speak with him briefly, Judge.
There you are.
Some serious thing about this case. Gotcha. Okay. Judge, this is Charles Craig, 23 CF 619. We have deposition scheduled on November 17th. I would ask for a full cycle continuance.
That's accurate, Judge. No objection.
Are those kind of your last remaining depots? I mean, I know there's always might be more.
Judge, I think that's, we've got, this is kind of this is a little bit of a cold case kind of situation. So there might be some additional depots, but I'm hoping that we'll get greater clarification after this round, and then we can go from there, Judge.
Very good. State in agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will continue this matter until 12/13/9 a.m.
Judge, this is Rayshawn Schaffner, number 75 on the docket. I may have just missed that. Judge, he is before the court on 21 CF 2362, 21 CF 2364, 21 CF 2399, 21 CF 3297, 21 CF 3299, 22 CF 340, 23 CF 1155, and 21 CF 1156, and 23 CF 1205. Judge,
Well, say those last couple again. Yep. 2156, 23 CF 1156.
And 23 CF 1205.
Okay, very good.
Judge, with respect to Mr. Schaffner, I've spoken with his family members at length, and based on their conversations with me as well as some interactions with Mr. Schaffner, I think that it's appropriate for me to do a mental health evaluation again on this particular client. I've spoken with the state. Additionally, there's some additional discovery I think we're trying to hash out. So I'd ask for one full cycle continuance on all these cases, Judge.
We did announce last time.
That is true, Judge.
On the aggravated battery?
On the, I think the state announced it with respect to the arson.
It was with respect to the arson, Judge.
The arson.
To be clear, Judge, based on my understanding of Mr. Harper's request, it sounds like, so there has been one comp eval at this point. It sounds like...
I'm fully competent, man. If this is what we need to proceed to do with this, bro. I'm fully competent. At this time, I'm very sophisticated. I haven't did any arson.
Hold on.
Just to keep it succinct, the state has no objection. There's only been one comp eval at this point. Mr. Harper is requesting a second. The court is entitled to order up to 3.
Right.
And I believe Mr. Harper's request, based on what he's told me, is reasonable, so the state has...
But we've got a deposition to be taken too, right?
Yes, sir. We're going to do some depots with respect to the arson that Mr. Schaffner is referencing.
That's one of the cases that's up, so you want to make sure you do all the discovery. So the
Yes,
court
sir.
will give you a continuance, so you fortunately to do the discovery and whatever else.
Thank you. I need to take this one of these.
You're good. And just for the record, that was 12/13.
That is correct.
Which I think those are my 2 maxes.
Yeah, I did have some waivers for Dave. Jonathan Farrow.
Hold on a second.
I have a docket, and I don't know if it's going to be correct or not, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's all. Pharaoh.
Number 80.
I got it. Yep, that's right.
All right, that may work, Your Honor. We filed a waiver in this case. We have depositions that we need to reschedule in this case. The state had talked about a potential resolution if we can continue to reschedule those depositions.
Okay. Do we have depositions scheduled?
The state and I've been talking today about getting dates open. The issue is apparently his assistant wanted the specific cases, and unfortunately I've been in court, so I can't give the specific cases, and so Mr. Roscoe basically said, just give him the dates, and we will fill it in.
Okay.
I wish I could give you the date, but my expectation is November, December.
So we'll continue this till 12/13.
Yes, Your Honor. Next is going to be Tremel Gilbert, Your Honor. Mr. Gilbert looks like he's number 81 on the docket.
Correct.
He is currently incarcerated in Bay County Jail on some new charges. If we can continue his case, my anticipation is that it's going to be DOC over there, and the state would probably have no objection with the current DOC here on this.
Any objection to continue it to 12/13?
No objection.
Continue to 12/13.
Yes, Your Honor. Next I've got is going to be Michael Henniger. I don't see in the courtroom, Your Honor. The state was going to check on his incarceration in Tennessee.
Judge, the state's still trying to find where Mr. Henniger is. My understanding is that he's incarcerated somewhere in the state of Tennessee. I'm trying to figure that out.
Wasn't he up there last time?
Yes, Your Honor. So he's got a federal register case here, and then Ms. Basso has probably a little more understanding, but there was a federal register case in Tennessee too. So he was here, Tennessee picked him up, he's up there. We're trying to figure out if they're going to do DOC or what they're going to do there, and then resolve the case here.
Well, if they picked him up, then it's probably a pretty good chance. How come we haven't been figured out whether, do they not let you know when?
It's not automatic. I have to find where he's at, and it's just a process of making phone calls on the
There's
station.
even prosecutors can't like enter into the prison system and say, you guys, is he somewhere being held in your prison? They don't
I don't have a database that I can access for that information, Judge. It's just normally if I call another state, the prosecutor's more than welcome or more than happy to talk to me about.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't know how those things work.
Your next I've got is going to be skipping down to Matthew Peters.
So we will continue that till 12/13.
Thank you, Judge. I'll keep looking.
Oh, Henniger?
Henniger.
Your next I've got is Matthew Peters. That will be number 91 on the docket. This is going to be with Ms. Sharpless. Matthew Peters. Your Honor, we continued last cycle for me to get free eval from Butler McDonald. We got that in Tuesday. I sent it to the state this week. She probably has not even seen it yet. I think we need to continue it. I'm going to ask for continuance for the state to review that. We're rescheduling depositions anyway in this case. I know it's an older case, but Ms. Sharpless was the first day attorney to actually sit down and talk to the victims. So she and I have really been working this case to get it resolved. My anticipation is likely either going to be a negotiated plea or pleas of court, one of the two. We just got to finish the legwork.
Okay. We'll continue this till 12/13.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, next is going to be Danielle Tankersley. She will not be present. The state has made her an offer. She's in a 3-year DOC sentence out of Santa Rosa. I'm waiting to get the offer back from her signed, which will be a plea extension, so if we can continue her case.
So you want to continue until 12/13?
Yes, Your Honor. And if I get that in sooner, I can file it and that'll come off the docket.
Okay.
10/16?
12/13.
12/13. And then the last waiver I have, Your Honor, is going to be Marcus Thompson. Mr. Thompson's going to be number 94 on the docket. I've been diligently trying to negotiate a plea. The state's position is that they want to complete the depositions in the newest case before they entertain a plea. So I need to continue to keep those scheduled.
So have the depositions been scheduled?
They're on the list of schedule. I'm hoping to get that either. We have 6 days of court, 9 days. It's hard to get that time set aside to do that, Your Honor. So as soon as I can, I will get those scheduled.
Okay.
we can do 12-13 on Mr. Thompson as well.
Very good. 12-13.
That's all my waiver, Your Honor.
Okay.
I had one out of custody waiver back. Adkins, Andrew Tyler Adkins, 97 on the docket, 23 CF 1748. He signed a waiver.
Hold on a second. Let me get that case.
97 on docket.
Got it. Thank you.
There are some issues that have to be worked out on the backup on the case. I'm anticipating a resolution, but I don't know when I'll get the backup on some restitution from the sheriff's office. Could we continue this to December 11? He is out of custody.
So we're waiting on restitution?
There's a claim for restitution to a sheriff's department vehicle, and there was an estimate of $1,000, but I needed some backup rather than just a line and a, because they would probably have a professional do repairs and stuff.
Sure.
So we were trying to get that.
I also think this is the first time this is.
Yeah, this is a brand new case.
It's
So
first time
continue
up.
to 12.
It's first time up. I'm
Yeah,
going into too
that's
much
fine.
detail.
That's fine.
And just to be clear with Mr. Gates' case on Henniger,
Yes.
is he in custody or not?
Mr. Gates, is Henniger in custody?
He isn't as far as our case is concerned, but we kept him on the 13th because if he's in custody in Tennessee, we might have to get him transported to handle this case.
Is that your last waiver, Mr. Medina?
Yes, Your Honor. My others are all inmates who will be here this afternoon.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if I could just verify
Sure.
really quickly for tomorrow, do you want Ms. Hyler brought down for a bond hearing? Because I had two people that.
Did we talk? Was she on today?
Yes, sir. Mr. Noakes, Hyler, Hyler.
Very good. Thank you.
Bring your umbrella.
Where did you go tomorrow, Bob?
Yeah, I have two, Antonio, that's with Mr. Dyron, and the bondsman. No, that's for Todd Hunt. I wasn't sure if Mr. Noakes wanted a bond hearing on her. Maybe he was gonna file it.
Because I got to come back on docket day.
Yes, sir, I've got docket day as well.
Please. Okay. So we will we'll recess till 1:30, and we will